Believe it or not, this odyssey started 17 years ago. Lindsay Duran, the producer, came to me and said, "Hey, I have a book. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's called 3 Bags Full, and it's a murder mystery." And I went, "Ooh." And she said, "where sheep have to solve the murder of their shepherd." And I said, "I'm in, I'll do it." And then begins a tale of Hollywood persistence. It was Lindsay Duran's determination, I think, above all, that got us to the place where I was able to work on the movie at all, because you have to get the rights to a book, and the rights were very complicated. And so it just took time. And I think a lot of producers would have given up, and Lindsay never did. I myself started to think, oh, this probably won't ever happen. But then 7 years later, it did. I've been asked a lot over the last, I guess it's like 6, 7 years now, how did the guy that does those movies end up doing these TV shows? And I've never really been able to answer properly until now, and the answer is sheep, and I'm not joking. So writing this script was really the moment I think I became the writer that I am now. And again, we're talking about something that happened over 10 years ago, really, when I started. But the process of working with Lindsay Duran was really enlightening. First of all, I'm forever grateful to her that she had faith in me. I think she saw a writer in me that maybe had not yet emerged. And the way it worked was that I sort of outlined the story, and then I began to write, and I would send her 5 pages at a time. We would talk about those pages for hours. We would go through it with a fine-tooth comb. And that process was so rigorous and demanding and wonderful. And out of that, I started to find some confidence in telling a story that was as true to who I was and what I wanted to say about the human condition as possible. So it was incredibly honest. And through that process, I think I kind of started to become the writer that I feel I am now. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, but working on this movie, it was the sheep all along. You want to know? That was the answer. For real, it was the sheep. There are different aspects of the story in terms of genre, because it is a comedy and it is a coming-of-age story and it is a murder mystery and a detective story. But tone is the thing that unites all the genres under one feeling. And the feeling that I wanted to impart was the feeling I had when I read the novel, and that was delight. Delight and love for the sheep. I wanted to feel for them. I wanted to feel their sweetness. The comedy comes from how sweet and confused they are. The beauty comes from how wise they are. The interesting parts of the detective story are because they're trying so hard, because they love their shepherd so much. They love each other so much, even when they frustrate each other. And that's just, you just set a North Star and you try and stick to it. And as long as you stay honest to each character and to the feelings that gave birth to the whole thing in the first place, you shouldn't go wrong.